Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you my banana bread recipe. Okay, so for this recipe you're going to need 2 to 4 bananas. Last week I did a cake with 2 in and it was perfectly delicious, slightly more like a sponge cake, and the more bananas you put in the more sort of stodgy, sticky it is. So it depends on how many bananas you've got and what you like. I quite enjoyed the 2, but I've got 3 to use, so I'm going to use 3 today. 1 egg, 3/4 cups of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, so you use this instead of using butter or margarine, 1½ cups of plain flour, 1¼ teaspoon of baking powder, ½ teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, ½ teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and 1 cup of chocolate. So you can use cooking chocolate for this, but I've got all of the leftovers from Christmas, so all of the ones that no one actually likes. As you can see, like, these ones are really hard, but when they go into the cake they sort of melt and they taste really nice actually. So I'm going to use all of these up. I've actually got a few more if needs be. So chop them all up and then just get about a cup's worth, and that is perfect. Okay, let's get started. So first you want to preheat your oven on 180 degrees Celsius, and then you're going to get your bananas, peel them and mash them up. So as you can see, I've got a little bowl over here, and I use this bowl to put all the food waste and everything in. Just keeps your area a bit tidy and makes it easier when you then go to throw it all out in the bin. There you go, so now that is all mashed up, we're going to add all of the wet ingredients. You can see that I haven't mashed it up completely because it's kind of nice to have a few little lumps in there. Now let's add 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3/4 cups of sugar. So this is my 1/4 cup measure, so I'm just going to put 3 of those in. And then 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Give it all a mix up until it is fully incorporated and there's no lumps of sugar left. Now you can see the nice lumps of bananas that I left in there. That's going to be really nice when you bite into the cake and you just get a lump of banana. Now we're on to the dry ingredients. So we're going to add 1½ cups of flour. So I've got my ½ cup measurement here, so I'm just going to do 3 of these. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. You can put more or less if you really like cinnamon, or if you don't like cinnamon. Pinch of salt. So ½ teaspoon of bicarb. 1¼ teaspoons of baking powder. So just give it a good mix. There's no real need to get your electric mixer out for this, because it's quite an easy one to do by hand, but if you want to, you obviously can. Just don't overwork it. Once everything's fully incorporated, just leave it. Oops. Make sure you scrape around the bottom because you don't want loads of flour stuck at the bottom. Looks about good. So it does stiffen up quite a lot, so again, it might be good for you if you wanted to get the electric mixer out, but I don't see the point personally when a fork does it just fine. Right, now we've got all of those ingredients in, I'm going to pop it to one side and get my chopping board out. Alright, so you're just going to chop them up like that. Just put them in there, and then you'll sort of know when you've got a ½ cup, and then you're going to pop it in. Look at that. Now that is tasty. Bounty. I hate bounties, but I put one in last time and it was actually quite a nice little surprise having a bit of coconut in there every now and then. So obviously if someone hates coconut, don't put it in, but I don't mind it, I just don't like bounties. Oh. So we've got about ½ cup. I'm going to pop that in to our mix. Sticky. And then we're going to fill it up again. And I think I'm going to leave the coconut ones out. I didn't realise how many coconut ones I've actually put in. They're nice every now and then, but I wouldn't want it full of coconut. There we go, perfect. Okay, so then just give this a good mix. Oh, it looks so good. So you can sort of judge it at this point. A cup usually does it, but if you want a bit more chocolate, obviously you can go ahead and add a bit more. But I think maybe a few lumps of cooking chocolate. So big chunks, big chunks. There we go. So now we've got a nice variety. We've got a little bit of normal chocolate. We've got a load of toffee, a bit of coconut. You really sort of, a bit of a surprise when you take a bite into your cake to what flavour you're going to get. And I really like that. Plus, you're saving on food waste. All of those chocolates would have gone in the bin if I hadn't put it in this cake, because we just don't like eating them. So happy days. Right, now that's all done, let's just double check that we've put all of the ingredients in. Bananas, eggs, sugar, vanilla, oil, flour, baking powder, bicarb, cinnamon, salt and chocolate. Right, so we've got our lined baking tin, and like I said earlier, we've already preheated our oven on 180 degrees. So we're just going to pop it all in here, and then that's going to go in the oven for about 45 to an hour, I'd say. But keep an eye on it because some need longer, and it depends like on your oven basically. So we've got like a 70s oven, which is like, it's literally so old. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but no problemo if it does. If you haven't already, I definitely recommend one of these. It's just like a silicone scraper, I suppose, I don't know, bowl scraper thing. But it literally gets everything out. Okay, so now I'm going to whack this in my preheated oven. Okay, so I just got it out of the oven and it looks really good. It's really quite big actually, which is nice. So I'm just going to stab it with a knife and see if it comes out clean. So you can see it's a little bit gooey still. With the banana bread, it does tend to be a little bit gooey, but if you want, you can put it back in for a little bit longer. I think I might, to be honest. Maybe 5 more minutes and that should be done. Okay, thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell, you know, all of that. It really helps get my stuff out there so that more people can see it, I suppose. At the moment, I just really enjoy being able to put my iPad up with YouTube and have me tell me what to do. Just a bit easier than reading a recipe. And check out the description box for things that I am linking in. As usual, I'm wearing one of my own hoodies or sweaters. So I'll link that below, and all of my website, as I'm having a massive sale at the moment. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, just give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with friends if you think that they'd like it. Honestly, it's the most simple recipe, and each time I've done it, it comes out really well. So share. And if you do make it, tag me in the photo or video or whatever you do on Instagram. I am at the Evie Wells. I will link that in the description box below as well.